Been waiting for this one. My partner and I own a small company with 8 employees. It shares a building with a daycare. Our team consists mainly of high-level professionals, lawyers, CPAs, and the like. We have our own large offices, a couple of common areas, conference rooms, and a nice kitchen. In total, we occupy about 3,500 square feet, which is a lot for just 8 people, but it's necessary for our line of work. Because of the office size, our lease grants us exclusive rights to all 24 parking spots. This detail is important, especially since the daycare only has about 10 spots in front of their building. For a long time, parents would use our lot to drop off their kids, as the daycare's lot was usually full with staff cars. I didn't mind at all. We had plenty of empty spots, and it was nice to see the happy children around in the mornings and afternoons. That is, until a month ago. I started coming in later, right around the same time as daycare drop-off. Suddenly, our lot was chaotic with parents and kids walking and parking everywhere. So, I decided to use their lot, just like they had done with ours for years. The first day, no issue. But on the second day, the manager shot me a piercing stare as I got out of my car. A week later, I parked there again, and my car was towed. No warning, no communication from the daycare. I went to the daycare to ask if they knew it was my car. It's a very distinctive old blue truck. The manager came out and, in a rude and demeaning tone, told me it wasn't a mistake. She said, "Unfortunately, we can't have the liability of non-staff and parents in our lot. I'm sure the parents don't appreciate having to walk further or an unknown adult like you in the lot." She looked me up and down, and I thought, I'm just a normal-looking 30-year-old guy. And she added, "Do you have some reserved spots in the back? You should really park there and let us park here." With an eye roll, she walked off. I was furious but managed to hold my tongue in front of the kids. A couple of days later, I confronted the manager outside our office. I told her I wished she had come to me before towing my car and costing me $600. And I asked for an apology and requested permission to occasionally park in the front lot when our schedules overlapped. She flatly said no and repeated her earlier speech, this time without commenting on my appearance. After a week of silence, I thought it was over. But then, one morning, I found myself waiting 10 minutes for parents to clear out of our lot. Who do I see but the manager snagging a spot in my lot before I could? That's when I decided to comply with her wishes and hatched a plan. I contacted the building owner and falsely claimed that, for compliance reasons with a state license we were applying for, we needed to install a gate with employee and guest pass access only for our parking lot. I assured him our company would cover the cost. He approved it the same day. When the gate was installed 2 weeks later, I drove in early on the first day. The mayhem was worth it. Watching from the corner window, I had a perfect view. Daycare staff were pressing all sorts of buttons on the gate, trying to get in. Their lot filled up completely, and parents began arriving. A staff member had to stand at the gate, telling parents there was no access. Their parking lot became congested with parents double parking to drop off their kids. Other parents ended up parking a quarter-mile away in a lot at the park our office overlooks. I eventually went down to give the manager a little wave and walked back up to my office. She shot me a piercing stare, but I couldn't help but grin from ear to ear. I later learned she sent the owner an angry email about parking rights and how it was unfair that one small office got the entire back lot. Apparently, she didn't realize we had exclusive rights to it. The owner mentioned that he and I might need to discuss the parking provision in the future, but it didn't seem like a big deal to him. I still have 2 years left on my lease with an option to extend for another 5, so I have no plans to move anytime soon. Just a side note, our office is next to a park and residential homes. I'm not endangering any children. They now walk through a quarter-mile of grass and playground to get to the daycare. There's not even a street to cross from that lot. If anything, I made the days of the employees and parents better. As for why I didn't tow the manager's car, I was exhausted, working 12-plus hour days for months. That day she parked there was near the end of that stretch. Towing was the last thing on my mind. I just wanted to finish my work. My partner suggested it after I recounted the story. Plus, $600 and can be a lot for some people. I grew up fairly poor and know how devastating a towed car can be for a struggling family. Another day, I might have done it, but I'm glad I didn't.